We interrupt normal scheduling, i.e. countless shoe reviews on this channel, to bring you some breaking news. Reporting live from Average Runner Studios, my name is Shoppadink Dinky Donk. It has come to our attention that British ultra runner Justin Montague has just broken the world record in Hello? Yeah, what's the world record again? MTC Joggle 20. Yeah. He ran how far? Wait, for how many days? Why? Yeah, why? Was someone chasing him? Nah, that was a joke. That was a joke. Right, so how many shoes did he have to do it? No, I know it's the R1. I know that. But I mean, how many pairs? Oh, just the one. Oh, okay. So what? One pair, 854 miles, which would work out for me to be what? All of my years running and a bit. Fair play. Yo, so my name is Aubrey. I'm a runner and I'm good with being me. Excuse the start. I just wanted to land a point, which I'll touch on later on. This is Mount to Coast's R1. Well, this is the box. That's the shoe. Mount to Coast R1. These guys have sent the shoes to me for purposes of review. Now, if you know me, I'm going to be dead honest about the shoe. So I thought I would start with this video. This is video 0. For those of you not too familiar with my new format of reviewing running shoes, I released 2 videos. The first video, which is this one, talking to you about what this shoe is, the specs, price, all that kind of stuff, and what the designers of the shoes have intended for it to be used for, so use case. Let me explain why I feel this shoe is lost on me, but still works very, very well. Let's start here. Mount to Coast have described it as it's best for that 100K and beyond. That's within one run, by the way. Ultra marathon, best case ultra marathon running, and I haven't even run a marathon yet. The second thing is it's got functionality for that racing, and they say it's best for 4-minute to 8-minute per K pace. That bit, tick. That's definitely within my range. But it's that ultra bit. Some of the functionality that it has caters for runners of that sort, and that's not me. Because of that, I've kind of downgraded it to be a daily trainer. I want to call it a downgrade because the designers of the shoe have got that epic runner, and there's me just going on the pavement. That's just it. And I'm going to be reviewing it in terms of daily training. I can't review it as a racer because I run 5K, 10K half marathon. I'm currently training for a marathon, and I can almost guarantee you when it comes to race day, it needs to be a certain type of midsole with a carbon plate in it. No questions. This doesn't have a carbon plate, but it does have a supercritical foam, which makes it usable for me. But let's talk about the specs. I wear a UK 9.5, and this came in at 255 grams. That is respectable. In terms of the price, here's another quirk. I went onto the website and I can only see $160. And when I go to the shipping address to change it to England, I can't change it to the UK. So if you know, please comment below. Otherwise, I'm going to update you when I come to do the review itself. The stack height. 35 at the back, 27 at the front, being an 8mm drop. Okay, so let's talk about everything in terms of the shoe. This is not a review. I'm going to keep emphasizing that. I want to run in it and give you my actual felt experience. This is more trying to tell you about the spec. The first thing I want to talk to you about is this midsole. It is a PBA blend. Now, what does that mean? It's not purely PBA midsole that you and I know, but it's nitrogen infused and then making a supercritical foam. I'll tell you when I run in it, but let me just tell you now, that gives you a good experience. But for now, that's all you need to know. It's a supercritical foam, making it lighter, a much more energy return to your normal EVA kind of foam. If all of that goes over your head, the standard daily trainers, I don't want to call it cheap materials, but the cheaper ranges will be that EVA foam. And then when you go to that supercritical, there will be a step in that process where it changes this midsole to something a bit more plush or higher performance. That's what they've done here. Next thing, go flow. Now, you see this road thing here? They've described it as it evens out the pressure, that when you land, it sort of balances out and give you even pressure as you land and take off. I'll speak to you about that when I give you my felt experience. I do like it, but I also think it's just something that holds the shoe together. But that's something I want to draw your attention to. Once I fully run in it and get the shoe up to like 40 or 50K, I'll give you what that did feel like. In terms of the upper, it's an engineered mesh, highly breathable, and I can see that. It's currently we're in summer. So far it's working very well, but it's highly breathable. There is a quirk to this shoe, and it's the lacing system. Let me show you that up close. You've got two sections of this upper in terms of the lacing system. It's got one at the top, your standard lacing system, but that starts halfway up the shoe. And in the bottom section, you've got this drawstring kind of mechanism. And this is the ultra marathon bit I touched on. It allows you to loosen that section of your shoe to give your foot more space to just, well, because that kind of distance, your foot will swell. It does swell even at the 10K distance, half marathon. So you can imagine if someone is psycho enough to go 100K, the kind of swelling you need. They've thought about that, and it allows you to just loosen that section without losing your entire look down. I like the intention. I don't know what the application will be for me, but I like that they thought of that. In terms of the tongue, the padding is quite uniform to the collar in terms of the heel, and I really like that. They've thought about it. But as you know, let me get close. Gusseted. The tongue has been gusseted, and that we like. We love the fact that they've thought of that. Now, that is an overview of this shoe that I wanted to just bring to your attention. The specs, the use case. It's now time to get out there and run in it and tell you how it performs. The one thing I also need to point out, I love how clean that looks. By that, I don't mean like hygienically clean. I love that it's a streamlined, very attractive looking shoe. In fact, I've worn it a few times picking up my son from school. The school run looks good. So that's pretty much an overview of Mount to Coast R1. Following up this video will be the actual review, how I found it, my felt experience. See you on the next one.